Let's take a look outside today. Would you believe me if I told you that it's June? This is my thermostat, 66 degrees in the middle of June. Unfortunately, this is what happens when you live in central New York. You get a couple nice sunny summery days, but most of the time it looks like that. And it's hard to believe that it's even summer out. Now this is a bit of a problem because I'm in summer mode. I'm ready to party and get it on with the sunshine, but unfortunately I can't really do that right now. So I'm gonna have to make do. My solution to the cloudy summer blues is a perfect summertime treat to rival that stinky weather out there. So even though it's kind of crappy outside, I can feel like it's summer inside. And there is no better summertime treat than ice cream. Now, we're not just gonna whip up some batch of ice cream. We're gonna make ourselves an ice cream cake, because that says summer party time to me. And it's going to be a banana split ice cream cake. We're talking 3 layers to this baby, and it is gonna get us ready for summer. We'll have a layer of banana ice cream, chocolate ice cream, and strawberry ice cream, bringing together all the classic flavors of a banana split. And separating these layers, we're gonna have some delicious fudgy crunch, just like in an ice cream cake you would get at Dairy Queen or Carvel or wherever. Then we're going to top it with delicious drippy, gooey, hot fudge. It's going to be beautiful, it's going to be summery, and it is going to get me in the summer mood. Alright, I'm ready to get started on our first layer of this ice cream cake, chocolate ice cream. I've had it sitting out on the counter so it can soften up good and it'll be easy to spread. I'm going to use a springform pan. This is great for what we're doing because when you remove this little latch here, the bottom of the pan can pop out. Therefore, it'll be easy for us to remove our ice cream cake without like leaving it behind in the pan or anything. Definitely what you want to use for this. I've also lined it with some wax paper to make it even easier to take out. Okay, so I'm going to start with our chocolate. Alright, and then once you got your ice cream down in here, we're just going to smooth it out into a nice, pretty, even layer. Now we're almost ready to pop this first layer into the freezer to freeze, but we got to add our little layer of filling first. These are my crunchy fudge crumbs. I used store-bought chocolate wafers. I crunched them up in the food processor. Alright, so I'm just going to sprinkle these on in a nice, even layer. I want to use about half of them. You know, reserve the other half for our next layer. Alright, so I'm going to pop this into the freezer until our chocolate is completely frozen, and then we'll get our next layer of ice cream on. We're going for the banana this time. Okay, I just took our nice frozen chocolate layer out of the freezer. It's super frosty and solidified. And now we're going to put our banana ice cream layer on top. Now this banana ice cream, this is special stuff. You know why? Because I made this homemade, unlike the other flavors which I did store-bought. I really wanted to do all the flavors homemade, but that would take a lot of time with only one ice cream maker. So I compromised and just picked one flavor to do homemade. I recommend you do the same thing because homemade ice cream really puts a special touch on this ice cream cake. Now I softened it up nice and we're going to pour it over top of our other layers. It's going to look so pretty with all those colors layered on top. We'll have a nice chocolatey brown, the banana yellow, and the light pink strawberry on top. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing we did with the chocolate layer. We will sprinkle our fudge crunch right on top. Now another reason why this is a really great summer dessert is because it's no bake, so you don't have to get yourself all hot and sweaty slaving over an oven or a stove. It's all freezing. Now let's pop this layer into the freezer so it can take its turn freezing. Then we'll do the strawberry, our final ice cream layer right on top. Okay, so here is our last ice cream layer of this cake. We have this beautifully pink strawberry ice cream that I softened up good. Ice cream cakes just scream parties to begin with, but then when you make it a fun flavor like banana split, then you're really going to have some happy people. Especially kids, they will go crazy for this at a party. So I'm going to take a scraper quick and just run it around the top to smooth this out nice. One more time, back into the freezer, and then when this is done refreezing, we're going to pop it out of the pan, put pray that it comes out nicely. And we will be ready to serve this frosty treat. Okay, are you guys ready to put the icing on the cake? Or in this case, the hot fudge? Let's get started. I just took this baby out of the freezer. It's all nice and firm, and I am going to slather it in a layer of hot fudge. You know, some kids my age are into drinking and drugs. Me, I'm into ice cream. And just be gentle so you don't rip up that ice cream. Okay, so I'm going to pop this back into the freezer. And when this solidifies, we'll be ready to take it out and have a slice. Okay, our cake has had the final freezing, and I am ready to take it out of the pan. I'm a little bit nervous. I hope it goes well. But once we get out, I just have a couple tiny little finishing touches that are going to make this cake beautiful and banana split worthy. Okay, it's out in one piece, and I am one happy cookie about that. You can see our beautiful layers. We got the chocolate ice cream, cookie crumbs, banana ice cream, more cookie crumbs, strawberry ice cream, and the fudge, and you can see it all like this beautiful ice cream rainbow. But let's make it even prettier. I got myself some canned whipped cream, and I know right now you're like, you always tell us never to use canned whipped cream. You're totally right. I always say go homemade, but we're not using this for taste, we're just using it for decor, so it seems kind of silly to whip up a batch of whipped cream just to put a couple little dollops on top, so don't bother. And this has the pretty star tip on it. So all I'm going to do is put a couple little blossoms of whipped cream around the top, and then stick one of these pretty little maraschino cherries in it, because you have to have a cherry on top of every sundae. Alright, so let's just make this good and pretty, shall we? Okay, I got my little cherries. Stick them right on top like that. And there we go. It's almost too pretty to eat. And you know I say almost because you and I are both well aware that I'm going to wind up digging into this baby anyways. But it's such a pretty presentation. Tell me this wouldn't be the talk of a party as a centerpiece or as a child's birthday cake. Or you can just be like me and celebrate the fact that it's summer. Whatever the occasion, if you're in need of a frosty summer treat, just ask yourself this. What would the smart cookie cook?